Hello everybody, take a look at what we have today. This is an order long in the making. So this came to me from Massdrop, and this is the Retracting utility knife that is a collaboration with Ferrum Forge. And so this particular knife I ordered back in May, and it is currently October 11th. So of course with Massdrop, when you make these orders, we understand it's going to take a long time to get the product, and so it was really no different with this knife right here. And so again, what attracted me to this copper utility knife is of course the current copper craze. If you watched one of my last videos, I talked about the copper squid from CRKT, and of course this is an example of the current copper trend in EDC and knives. So this one was a collaboration. You can see it says Ferrum Forge on there, and this is just a very diminutive, lightweight knife that you would keep on your keychain. I think that's the intention. And it wasn't all that expensive. This was available in both copper and brass. And so of course it's just something you want to keep on you at all times, that type of deal. So perfect for everyday carry. So of course it's brand new out of the package right now, so it has that nice shiny copper finish on it. So take a close-up look at that. Very pretty. And if you actually put this on your keychain, you're going to notice that as time passes, it's going to get that nice used finish. And like I compared in my other video, right here I have an Olight i3E. This is just a single AAA light, and this is also in copper, but this one has been on my keychain for over a year now. And so you can see the difference between the shiny look it had when it was new versus pocket carry for quite a while. So it gets that really nice, handsome pattern to it, you know, and a lot of people like that now, and so that's why copper is currently popular in a lot of knives, a lot of tools, just as a finish. So this is an Olight i3E in copper, and it's also something you put on your keychain, so it's going to accompany the Ferrum Forge RUK retractable utility knife on my keys. So of course the way it works, the knife blade is inside the handle just like any utility knife, and it's spring action. So there's a little nub right here, and you move that forward and the blade retracts. Once you let go, it springs itself right back into the handle. So it doesn't look like there's a way to lock it in place, and this is just first impression. So I suppose it might be possible to screw it down while it's out there and hold it out, but without reading all the information again about it, I'm not going to do that. But it's really smooth. And these knives were actually delayed by Massdrop because they were concerned that the copper versions of these knives were not operating as smoothly as they should be. And I'm pleasantly surprised having this in the mail today. That works out very nicely. So it could be a little bit awkward because the blade of course doesn't lock outward, and so you do have to get a nice grip on it and use it in this manner. But it's going to be perfect for opening packages. It uses just the standard utility blade, kind of like an X-Acto knife blade. I think it's a number 10. But when it's retracted outward, you can see the spring in there, which works really nicely to bring that blade back in. Which, if you're going to put it on your keychain, that's exactly what you want it to do. You want the blade to be really well retained in the handle, because of course otherwise you're going to end up with a hole in your pocket. So that's a nice feature there. So how it came to me in the mail, the box is right here. It's really simple actually. Has a description on the back, so you can pause and read that if you want to. And I only think this was available through Massdrop. So we have our barcode right there, picture of the knife. It came in a nice little pouch with the Ferrum Forge logo on it. So of course I guess if you're not going to carry it, you can store it in here. Did come with some extras. So what we have here is just a little black lanyard, so I suppose you could use this to carry it. It did come with some extra hardware, so you can see there is an extra screw that goes in the blade and 3 extra body screws. And I suppose that could be just because they're super small, so when you're disassembling this to change out the blade, if one of those flies across the room, you're not going to be without a working tool. And when I ordered this, I think it was one of the extras for the drop. You could choose which kind of bead you wanted, and so I opted for a copper bead, so you can put some paracord or something through that and either attach it to this, or I don't know what I'm going to use it on. I'm just It's still in the shrink wrap, nice and pretty. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use it for this knife or another knife, or if I'm just going to stick it in a drawer for now. Not too sure what I'm doing, but it came with the knife, and so that's a nice feature. So we have all the things we need to operate the knife. The tool itself, the 3 screws here, require a T6 Torx bit to open. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, T6 will fit in there. I did try the T7 earlier, and that was a bit too big. And again, I'm not going to disassemble it in this video right here. If you want me to take it apart on camera, I'll do that, so just leave me a comment below. But again, my only concerns on disassembling the knife is I'm hoping this spring doesn't have a tendency to want to shoot out into nowhere. One difference between this final product and what they were advertising on Massdrop is in the drop, the little blade, the replaceable blade, said USA made on it. And I actually kind of find it funny because they sent a specific email, I remember getting it not too long ago, where they mentioned that the knives were coming along fine, but the blades they sourced aren't going to say USA made on there. And so they let everyone know ahead of time, because I know they had a big scandal when there was a knife from, I think it was Terzula, that came out through Massdrop, and they made a small cosmetic change to the blade after the drop ended. And so once people started to receive their knives and realize it wasn't exactly as they ordered in the drop, people got really upset. And so Massdrop, I think, saw what was coming with this one, and they decided to warn everybody ahead of time. The blade will not say USA made in the handle, visible in this gap. And I'm totally okay with that, because of course these blades are meant to be replaceable a dime a dozen. So even if the blade that comes with it said USA made, the chances of you being able to find a replacement that said that is pretty slim. So once you replace this first original blade, I mean, that would be gone anyway. So the blades, they're just general hobby blades, super thin, super cutty, super stabby. So you can see how thin that thing is. Very nice, very sharp. But I brought the scale out because I want to compare the weights, because it's 1.2 ounces, I believe. Yep, exactly as advertised, 1.2 ounces. And if you think, okay, is that too heavy for your keychain? I mean, I've been carrying this for over a year on my keychain, and that's almost the exact same weight, so 0.05 ounces less. So that's going to be negligible weight on your keychain. So I'm already used to carrying, a flashlight with me all the time, and it's something that's very useful to have. So it's not too much of a stretch to throw this on there as well, which is kind of nice, because there are some times when I don't want to, keep a separate knife in my pocket, and this way you still have something to cut with, to open packages with. Still very useful. And of course it has the copper on it, so it has that style to it, because of course we got to be a little different than the rest of the crowd. Because the ordinary guy might just go buy a utility knife, no big deal, $5 at the hardware store or less. But again, this kind of sets you apart. If you know who Ferrum Forge is, has some extra value there. You can see the lanyard hole is nice and wide. It did not come with a little keychain, key ring to attach, so that's one thing they could have included if they are going to include anything else. But yeah, really nice. So again, I'm just showing this off. Just got it in the mail today. I'm pretty excited to receive it, because it was back in May, so May, June, July, August, September, so about almost 6 months, 5-6 months between ordering it and receiving it. So very nice. Glad they took the time to make them right, because it feels great in the hand. I mean, it's a nice little form factor here. You open that up, once you get a good grip on it, you'll have no problem using the blade. So again, any questions, let me know. If you want me to take this thing apart on camera, I will. Otherwise, I'm not going to plan on taking it apart until the blade needs to be replaced, because again, I'm afraid that spring could possibly shoot out and be gone forever. Wish they had included a replacement spring. Although I'm hoping the design isn't going to do that. So again, any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.